Peace. The hero on the mic, and long time no see. So the reason I'm coming on to this to my platform all of a sudden in this manner is because I had a video recording with the guest speakers you see on the thumbnail, and I wasn't recording the first half of the video, so I'm just gonna kind of give you a quick little synapse of what we talked about because I was basically introducing them in that first half of the video that I missed. So I'm gonna be doing that myself, just to make sure I get the content out there. I don't care about how it looks. It doesn't have to be perfect because I wasn't gonna post a video, but I'm getting on the scene. I'm stepping out there, and I'm gonna be doing a lot more interacting with the community. So basically, Aissantou, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, and Obinna, they are two people that decided to take up a van life, a lifestyle type of lifestyle, a nomadic lifestyle, and they just pretty much saved up their money and hopped in a van, fixed it up, and they took off. And they've been traveling to different places. You're gonna see in this video segment. If it's not in there, then you can just hit them up on their YouTube video, and I'll tag the link in the description, or their YouTube channel. Sorry, and you can follow them with, and then they'll answer all of the stuff that we missed in this video. But the 45 minutes of dialogue that I did get, it was still beautiful, given that it wasn't a formal introduction as it should have been. But just rock with us. You're gonna see my face more, and yeah, you're gonna see a lot of the people that I've actually been networking with in real life, in real time, and not just um, over the internet. So yeah, stay tuned, and I have so much to share. So um, we rock into the next video, and let's do it. To go with me was my homeboy Rob, and so we flew out there, and we packed like hella stuff. Like our whole lives were in our backpacks. We was not planning on coming back. Um, and we flew in, and he literally invited us into his home. But that's a whole nother story. You know what I mean? Dr. Sebi like invited us into his place to stay. We stayed for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Free of charge. Like he didn't charge us a penny, and he really showed mad love. Um, but that, like I said, that's a whole nother story. And then, long story short, we ended up backpacking through Costa Rica. I saved up $4,500, and I had a time of my life, man. Like we just was backpacking through Costa Rica for, it was like 4 months. We spent a month in Honduras, a backpack. We took a bus. I know you know Tigaboo's. You know Tigaboo?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
took the we took the Tika bus down. It took 2 days to get to Costa Rica, man, and we were just all over the place. And I had a travel bug ever since. Now, when I came back, I was in Chicago, somebody I barely met on the internet, and then I was in Atlanta, and I was all over the place. So, I experienced a lot of that. But it's just glad I'm so glad to just see y'all doing it. So I'm gonna allow y'all to introduce yourself because y'all do it best. And yeah, it's your floor now.
Right. Want me to go? All right, man. So I'm Obinna. I'm gonna let you and like together we're our soul agenda. But how did this start? Like we met in college. Um and so like we met in New York in Harlem. That was like the first time, my first time being out of California. So I was just like hyped to be in New York. That's like the city. And I ran across this beautiful lady, and we was friends at first, but something happened. Things happened. 4 years later, we get together, um, and we moved to Oakland. Like we moved back to California, and pretty much there, like from my perspective, it was like a lot of work. Like I did a whole bunch of odd jobs. Like she had like a proper job, but I like did odd jobs. Bro. I was a kale farmer at one point. I worked in a whole gang of places just be next to this lady. And I ended up getting like a tech job, like a proper tech job, and it was cool. But like I'm like a real spiritual dude. Like, so it just didn't sit right with me. And like, it was just like a lot of things about the environment that just weren't right.
I know.
And like, at this point, I had been like, quote unquote, conscious for like 2 years. I mean, like you, like Dr. Sebi was my intro. Like, I went to Honduras the year after he died and found out about this dude. And I was just asking people, I was like, yo, did this dude actually like cure cancer and stuff? And people was like, yeah, bro, like he really did that. Which to me was like, yo, like everything I've been told is a lie.
Yeah.
So it just made me like, think different, do different things. And I ended up going into the corporate world with all of that knowledge. And it just like, I was a recipe for like disaster for me because I was like trying to be regular around people and like it just
You know
wasn't
too
working
much.
out.
You know
It
too
was,
much, man.
yeah, like I was like in the meetings and they just looking at me like, bro, it's like he don't say nothing. And when I do, people just be like, don't talk to him, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so basically all of that happened and she showed me a video one day about van life. And I was like, what's that? It's like people living, mortgage free, rent free. And I was like, you know what, bet I'm with it. And so at this point, I wasn't really spending none of these corporate checks. So we
Right.
just saved up, bought us a van, saved some money up to do it right, saved a little budget, and just say, yo, let's hit the road and like see what we can make it is. And that's pretty much like what got us to where we are. And like, I'm glad we did it because we done seen so much and met new people and like, it's
Yeah.
like legit, legit. So, I mean, now we're gearing up to, show people like more different things. So, just really excited.
Nice.
Well, oh, yeah. So, we going to West Africa. Uh, And so I'm actually like both of my parents is from Nigeria. Like
Oh, nice.
they got land there, everything. I
Oh, oh, you
right,
said, oh.
but I've never been to West Africa. And
Wow.
we're not even going to Nigeria. We're going to the Gambia
Wow.
because there's a lot of like Black Americans there, and we also trying to show the perspective that like, look, like you don't have to have people like you can pull up somewhere, find community, and like make it happen. So
Yeah.
like we are intentionally not going to the places where we got roots initially, just to show people like, nah, you could pull up somewhere new, take
Yeah.
a plane, land, get a
That
house,
pretty much
start
answered one of
networking.
my questions, man. That pretty much answered one of my questions. I was gonna go there as far as like, how do you like fester up the confidence, even to deal with what's going on in the world? People might say, just to be able to leave your people, and it's just y'all too, and y'all just y'all live spirit, spirit free or free spirited.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that's amazing. That's amazing that y'all can do that. I know what that's like to be able to fly into, anywhere in the world and still just be able to be like, okay, I don't go over there and maybe over here is pretty good. Like it's not that hard, but I want to get y'all perspective on it.
For example, we known that we wanted to go to Africa. We didn't know exactly where.
tell them tell them about.
Well, first we knew like before at the beginning of like when we bought a van, we knew like this is cool, but like we know we want to go to Africa.
Yeah.
And like just because we're into like herbal medicine, things like that, we did shrooms in California,
Yeah, we were in LA.
in LA at some point, and that's kind of like for me, all I remember is that I cried a lot, and I was like, "Yo, we need to go to Africa."
Straight up.
So that kind of like
Yeah, I know the
I'm
difference.
thinking about it, but we didn't know exactly like, okay, what's the plan for this? Like, what does that actually look like? And I feel like because we started with like van life and living in a van and traveling that way, we got to like learn some lessons and build up certain like confidence over like just traveling, doing things that like family doesn't necessarily agree with, figuring out how to make money on like the road, those things. Like we have been able to kind of like master that through this first thing that we've done that like I feel like that has really given us the confidence to be able to be like, okay, we like did this part, but now we got to go for our big goal.
Yeah, right. So like y'all had some baby steps in between. Y'all didn't just like, I want to go to Africa, let's fly out. Yeah.
it wouldn't have worked out, in my opinion, because I don't think like culturally I was even ready. Like coming to Mexico and just being like in a different culture completely was like, yo, like culture shock. That like to me, if it was in Africa and like, bro, you a couple thousand miles away, you done sold all you have, like that's not, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's definitely working our way up to it, and like being able to, have an online business and like
Yeah.
have a network of people, and like even how to reach out to people. Like that's a
Yeah.
process that you got
Man,
to learn
it
all of
really is. It really is. Look, it's taken me years to really be able to do this. I've even went into the pool and then came back out. Like, you know what I
that.
mean? Like I've been in and out of this thing, but it's like I know the universe is telling me like, yo, we can't be selfish in a way that we gotta. I can go straight to the stars if I'm by myself. It's easy to meditate under a tree and go to Buddha or whatever you do, but to really take your people with you and really clean up the mess that we actually physically have to deal with every day, like it takes a type of selflessness to even get on here because it can be easy. Like I can go chill with my family right now, you know what I mean? And like I'm in Cali, the sun is shining in November. It's about to be December, so like it can be all fun and games, but it's just something that don't sit right with me with that without just getting on here and reaching out and knowing I know there's people like us literally like in the house that's like thinking that there ain't no other way. People are not moving out there like that, like we're moving, or people are not pretty much changing the narrative. So yeah, just beautiful. Do y'all actually plan on like staying out there, or y'all just taking it kind of like one step at a time type of thing?
I would say we have plans. Like if I'm gonna just like divulge like the dream, like yo, like we want to like be able to have like property there, but then also in America. So like honestly, when I think about like my awakening and like my purpose, like the fact that like Dr. Sebi was the first, like I wanted, like my dream has always been to like grow the stuff that he was saying that we should eat. And
Mhm.
I was like, yo, I was having trouble because I'm like, yo, all of these is tropical fruits, bro. Like
Yep.
I don't live in the tropics. So like step one was to like get ourselves to the tropics. And like Mexico was like the first, like, all right, we're gonna dip our toe into the tropics and like see how it is. Bro, it's definitely like having like different sun. Like, bro, it's hot all the time. Like, I never would have known. But then, like, I'll ask my parents, and they'll be like, "Yeah, that's what we grew up with. That's what we know." So I'm
Mhm.
like, to definitely establish something over there, and like be able to have something over there that like when we, have kids, like they got something over there is
Yeah.
definitely like the goal. But I definitely think there needs to be like interchange with like America and Africa, because
Yes,
I
man.
don't think it's just one or the other.
Oh, no way.
We love Black people, so
Yeah, for real, for real. We gotta just encourage us to get out, man, and tell us, encourage us not to be so scary, be so fearful, you know. But yeah, that's man, that is so amazing. I got that travel bug, but now that I got the fam already, in that kind of like that settlement, it's like a pretty much a pivot point. Like I have my fam, my little guy's good, you know what I mean? They like I swear he's like a young prince around here. He get visitors like every day, man. Like so I got that established. Now that I have to have like a pivot point and be able to, if we want to go to New York, if we wanted to go to, visit y'all in Gambia, like that's pretty much the goal. Like as long as I got my, my little foundation here, it could be in Cali, it can be wherever, but most likely in Cali since I got my family here. But then from there, that's when I want to do exactly what y'all talking about, man. Like just networking and growing food, like growing these
So food.
natural herbs that naturally grow that are native to the land. Man, like I feel like this is a vibe, and we are not the only ones that feel this way. So it's like we gotta connect and literally just make it stronger. Even if it's not a plan yet, it don't have to be a plan, but that strength and the connection with the minds linking up, it's gonna come. Like I'm not even worried about that, but I know that we gotta connect, man. You know.
I'm telling you, because like to me, I seen all the people like where like when I was first starting, like the first community I found was like the alkaline vegan community. Because
Yep.
I was like YouTube, like bro, like how am I supposed to eat like this if nobody, like I don't even cook. how am I supposed to do this, bro? Like, this is gonna be hard. Like, and I see your video, bro. It was the one where you was making tea. You was making
Yeah,
a whole gang of tea. I was like, okay, bet I just gotta like do it. Like, there's people out here doing it. And
yeah,
you know, I found other people's videos, but bro, that got me to work on a kale farm. Cause I was like, all right, let me try my hand at farming. So I went out to Oakland. It was a kale farm. I was like, that's two birds, one stone. I get to be next to her because my family from like Sacramento. Like we're not from the Bay Area particularly. So I was like, I gotta move out to the Bay. And so a kale farm, I'm like, yo, I'm doing my alkaline vegan thing, but then I also get to, drop gifts on her doorstep and cook for her and whatnot. So like to me, everything always lined up like that. Like
yeah,
that's just how it worked, like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And so like I feel like even things like this, bro, is kind of crazy. Like it's for real,
definitely, definitely. Yeah, because I when I was looking into y'all videos, I was like I said, I was in that contemplating whether what we was gonna do with what we was gonna do the van life, or we was just kind of just taking it by faith. And I'm like, this is definitely something we gotta spread this message, because even when I was looking into it, it's a lot of other races doing it, and they're doing it in ways that it's almost discouraging, because we don't do it like that. I don't have a dad that's a carpenter that could hook my van. you know what you know what I'm saying, like so like y'all showing it from the raw, from the real, like yo, we just saved up, the van's not a a Tesla that,
brand new.
know what I'm saying? It's not a Tesla, but that's one thing I want to talk to you about is repairs. Do y'all run into like something that y'all, is it kind of like annoying with the repairs? I know you got your car knowledge way off the roof now that you're dealing with that type of life. But is it something you had to deal with, or keep in the back of your mind that shit, this car might break down or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be that. Yo, so like pretty frequently, to be honest, and like I think that's the difference between like a semi newer car and we went like old school.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah,
car older than both of us together. Like
4 years younger than my mom.
yeah. Oh,
oh, so I'm like, it's it's crazy because I don't know the first thing about cars, but it's like in wanting to do it, I had to learn. I had to go to the auto zone, and I found out like, yo, it's really not that like I'm not gonna knock a mechanic and say their job is easy, but I'm like, yo, a lot of it's on YouTube. Like, fam, like I'm trying to learn how to like change the battery. Okay, bet. Change oil. Okay, cool. And then like serious stuff will break down.
yeah.
Like no fuel is in the car. I'm like, oh. And then I'll Google it and you'll find the answer and then get it cracking. Go buy the $20 part, put it in. So I'm like, a lot of repairs and like, if anything, you learn like self-sufficiency. Like I can only imagine like all the people who used to travel before like planes and stuff. Like, bro, they had to like if something broke, like if a horse died or something, like, bro, they had to like do that. They had to figure that out. And I'm like, it's kind of the same like mentality, but I think it's something that like is good for people to have too. Like
Mhm.
it's a good skill because like I mean we want to get into home ownership, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like when something in our house breaks, we already of the mindset like, yo, we can just YouTube how to repair that and fix that if it's not too, like hole in the roof type situation.
Right. Yeah, because I come from a family, or a dad really, that just pretty much would just pay for everything. If something broke, it's just like, oh, we got the bread, pay for it. But like, yo, I don't know how to fix it. I didn't know. I know how to fix it now because I've been like working with it. But it's like I didn't know how to fix nothing, man. Like my car, I literally I blew two engines out because I just wasn't putting oil in my car. Like, you know what I'm saying? People wasn't even saying nothing. It's just like, yo, y'all didn't tell me how to. I didn't even know I needed an oil change. Like, like
Nothing. Like,
nothing at all. So now it's just like we got to get more handy. We can't be so crippled. Now I understand you can't know everything, but when you can't do basic shit in your own home, then
this
it's
is like
we gotta really look at ourselves. You know what I mean? Like in a car, there's just certain basic knowledge you should have, of a car. Like I said, you don't have to know how to build a car, but you
yeah.
know if the on the tire, what do you call the tire wires, not tire wires, or what do you call? See, I don't even know the names of certain things, but I know I've had to repair them, and these are things that's like, okay, I know how to do now, even if I got stopped on the road. So yeah, we are encouraging y'all just to, instead of calling the repair man, just try it. YouTube it yourself. You know, take it apart, check it out a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
you
like look, it ain't gonna hurt you, and at the end of the
it's not.
day, it's yours. Like we're supposed to know how to, fix our own our own shit. Like let's be real. Like it's not. I can't keep calling that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
For real. For real, just keep calling on her, keep calling. It's very crippling. I ain't gonna lie, I feel some type of way right now with her showing me how to get on this computer because I haven't dealt with this shit, like in a long time. But it's like it's kind of embarrassing to me. So that's not gonna happen again. I'm about to get real nice with this computer now, but yeah, we gotta definitely get our skills up. I'm trying to think of there was another question I had, but yeah, do y'all know? Do y'all have any like friends that y'all deal with on a regular, or y'all just all over the place? Do y'all like meet and hang out with the locals? You know what I'm saying? Do that type of thing.
so. In fact, like our homie, I don't know if you can see him in the back right here.
Yeah, I
That's
see.
that's our homie, like our homie. Like he like look out for us. Like we don't got the best Spanish, so bro be like, yeah, like that's what this say that, this that.
Yeah,
So like I find that like we be meeting people in places. Like when we pull up in a new place, like it's really not. I'm not gonna say hard, but like the universe will put somebody in your like is there for you. Like you know what
like,
I'm saying. So like in every place we went to, like we found somebody or
yeah,
somebody's recognized us, like almost like, hey, bro, how is this happening? So
yeah.
like, yeah, like we kind of operate off of that.
That definitely happens, man. And I'm glad. I'm glad you're saying that. Go ahead.
Gonna say even like the catalyst of what made us come to Mexico. We met black family that lives in an RV full time in Arizona, and they were like, "We're going to Mexico. Y'all trying to go too?" And it was just when the stuff with lockdown stuff was happening, so we literally went like the day before, the last day before the borders like officially closed. That's like kind of what got us into Mexico. And then we made it to another part of Mexico, happened to meet another black person. So it's actually even crazy in that way that like we've been even meeting us
True.
along the road here because we wouldn't, they're not on the internet like being like, I'm out here. So you even meet people who are like here and just like living, chilling, not really concerned about like putting it up anywhere because they're like, my life is here now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I wanted to expound on that. What you said about just finding people. It's just amazing because that's hard to explain to people if you never experience it. But I guess since we both experienced that, it strengthens it because I experienced that all over the world. Like I told you, I flew into Honduras, and when I'm looking up the place called San Pedro Sula, it's telling me that it's the murder capital of the world, the most deaths and the hungriest people in Central America. And I'm like looking at all this crazy stuff, but I just had to do it. And when I get there, man, like so much hospitality. They treat me like they was one of their own, bro. Like like, what do you need? Like, and it was scary because I'm like, are you guys really this genuine? It's just me and my boy. We get off the plane, and you know what I'm saying? There's people just trying to help you, and we don't even really know where we're going, but that everything, even when it was sketchy, everything played out perfectly. Like even when you get a little nervous, just like it planned out to be you just being nervous most of the time. And if your vibe is ultimately, your heart is ultimately at center like that, man, I don't want to say it like that, but it's like you really don't really have nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? Like I even talk to some of my boys with that handle like weaponry and shit. It's like I have a different level of protection. You know what I mean? Like I don't worry about that. I'm not saying you don't have to have your guns and things like that, but it's like I don't move with that. Like I need my toaster with me. You know what I mean? You don't have to move
Right.
like that when you when you're traveling. So like this is one of those things where logic really doesn't really come into play, but your vibration ultimately just trumps all of that, man. You be at the right place at the right time, you know what I'm saying? Or, the opposite, the wrong place at the right time. So however that works. But yeah, that's my take on it. And that's beautiful. You beautiful. I've been to Ghana, and the culture thing is even more spread apart to me than Spanish. Like Central America, we're still kind of connected to a certain, like, I can't even explain it, but they're even like, for example, in Ghana, if you actually pass something to somebody with your left hand, it's an insult. So so
So it's like,
it's just like little things like that. On this side of the world, there's none of that. There's nowhere you have to run into that type of a culture. But it's just there's certain things that the gap. I'm actually pretty well in Spanish, so that might be why I'm saying that as well. But when it came to speaking Asante language and the Ghanaian language, it was like, wow, like you gotta move your face a certain way to get those words out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of times I'm actually trying to get back to where they're already at in a sense. And they're trying to, be more Americanized. So, it's kind of like a switch, but like I said, I find people that literally just show me the way every time. It don't matter what country I'm in, what city I'm in, how dangerous. But I could put the spotlight on me, and y'all can ask any questions y'all have on this end, if y'all have any.
yeah. So like, no, like, come up with a question. Uh, so like about your like time in Ghana, like I guess like what motivated you to like go, or like what were you like? Were you looking for anything in like specific, or was it just like now we gonna go and just feel it out?
No, well, it was like a kind of like a dual. It was like one of those things where you said it kind of just worked out. It was like, hey, this is playing out to be, a multiple purposeful thing. So when I actually met my lady, I actually met my queen Bree in Harlem. So we met in the same, location that y'all met. We actually went to Black Veg Fest, which was we met at Black Veg Fest, which was in Brooklyn, August 9th, yeah, 2019. It was like August 8th through the 10th of, yeah, 19. And here we are with a child, and we in California now. But yeah, so what motivated me was just like I always wanted to go anyway, but she was doing her mission already. She had a mission plan because she does her artwork. So she was teaching children in Ghana art, but she needed somebody to go with her as far as like an assistant. She was gonna have an assistant go with her. So she's pretty much sponsored me to go with her. You know what I'm saying? And we flew out there and we had the whole thing like planned out. We had got our supplies. We had to go out there and get our supplies because we were gonna ship them, but that didn't work out. So we went out there, got the art supplies. I learned, I got to deal with learning how to teach kids. Like I didn't know it was such a craft and how kids can get really out of hand and it's not like they run shit, you know what I mean, if you really let them. So I learned about children a whole different way, and the motivation of that was like I said, it's just Africa, man. Once you come into like who you are, it's like you got to check it out. So like it went
Yeah,
from that to like it, and I actually wanted to be in Ghana because going back to Dr. Sebi, when I was having conversations with this man face to face, he was talking about Ghana, and he said that was the one of the richest soils that he knew about, and he said that they had springs just like Usha Village that had the pH at a 9.8 or whatever or higher coming from the ground. And he said that this spring had minerals and gold that they don't even have on a periodic table. I'm hearing this man say this out of his mouth, right? He was like, yeah. He said, I took me like a 5-gallon jug of that shit. He was like, I drunk that. He was like, my dick hard. He was like, my dick was hard for like 4 days. you know, if you ever watch Dr. Sebi, you know how he get down.
bro, you crazy, bro. I only know from videos, bro, but like at the man. Which
Yeah.
honestly, like not to like cut you off, like I got like another question though. Like, so how was that? Like that's wild, bro. Like that dude a legend. Like that dude a legend.
Yeah, man, the energy of just the jungle had me in a different world alone. So like it's hard to really put words on it because he really is like that guy, man. And his vibe and his love for like the world, you can feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like and his conversation and how inviting he was. Like he let me stay at his compound. I just walked up. I literally walked through the doors like, hey, I heard about Usha Village. I want to see what's good.
Yeah,
And it was like we had a conversation and he like was like, I like y'all. And he thought we was staying there. We had already paid. So he's like, we gonna talk tomorrow. And we like, yo, it's getting late. We gotta go back to the murder capital of the world. Like we gotta be I gotta be careful. So he's like, y'all brothers not staying here? And he was like, nah, we didn't pay. We didn't, we don't have the 1,500. He said, fuck the 1,500. Like he said just like that. He was like, y'all, I'm gonna tell one of the it was one of the maids or one of them. He was like, I'm gonna tell her to hook y'all up a hut right now, a spot to stay in. He was like, I don't have no beds. Well, I don't have no room for both of y'all, so y'all gonna have to basically. We got two beds, but we gonna be in the same room. Basically, we was like, oh shit, we cool. Like we about to tell the taxi right now to just we gonna get a taxi the money and just go. So we told him that, and then we ended up every day. It was 2 days straight, pretty much. We was just in his room talking just straight for like 2 days straight. I don't even remember going back to the room. It was just hit conversation after conversation. He was like, man, I really like y'all. He was like, y'all don't show me shit. I ain't even he didn't even know certain things. I had showed him a song with Common. Common mentioned his name because he was talking about Common before I had even said anything. And I'm like, your name is blowing up out here, right? He didn't even know. Like he really was like, oh shit, like and on top of that, the reason why he knew about his studio, not his studio, his office back in LA, how it got compromised is because we told him. We was telling him like, yo, there's people in your office that are telling people to put shit in the microwave. He's like, the microwave, but that would destroy the
yeah,
he's confused. Like, nah, he's like, nah, they wouldn't do nothing like that. And I was like, nah, look, I saw potato chips or not corn chips on the list that they made on the new list because I was going in there, bro. I was in there. I'm in there learning the game. I'm trying to learn everything. LA's right here, an hour away. So I go in there and I'm talking to the people trying to see if they really know what they're talking about. They employing people that it's pretty much just they just employing people that they rocking with, but unbeknownst to him because he 83 years old chilling. He just want
yeah.
to call this doobie. He
You think
done
everything's great.
right. So he actually, shit started getting crazy. So it was great for a time and talking to him, but the people that was there that paid kind of felt a little bit of a way. Some of them was mad cool. Um, I don't know if you know Mama Pill, Red Pill and Blue Pill's mom.
It,
She
that's
was
crazy.
that's where I met her at. I never knew who she was. Yeah, and then I was actually on Know the Ledge radio with I think it was Blue Pill, Red Pill, or KT the Arts Degree. I don't even know. I was
Oh, that's crazy because like that was my next segue out of like consciousness because I used to walk by where they like the mart. I used to
yeah,
walk by there every day to go to work. And
yeah,
I this was before I was conscious. So I seen a YouTube video and he was talking about Sabi and I was like, okay, bet. And I was like, nah, no way I done passed this brother for like 5 to 10 years, but my frequency wasn't high enough.
yep,
So like it's just a testament, like when you on the
yep.
same frequency, like bro, you tapped into a network of people, like
Yeah.
straight up.
And you'll be get your stuff will just pop up. Opportunities will pop up all the time, man. I've made money so many weird ways. It's I was just like you, man. So many odd jobs, man. It's still like that. You know what I mean? I just had to accept it that this is the new wave right now, and this is what I'm doing to ultimately learn how I'm gonna make that big chunk of money. But like right now, if we just diversifying our portfolio,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta learn it, man. You gotta be out here in mechanic mode, trying to figure it out. I was watching y'all video the other day on forex, and I was like, shit. I was like, I was like trying to figure out forex. I'm like, I need some help with this. I'm like, I need some help. I spent like $700 on what is that IML TV. I'm like trying to learn this shit, paying a $250. Bro, I'm like, I can't keep up. I need some help. But right now, I'm doing the stock market, and I'm learning it that way, and it's been coming and stuff like that. But bro, I'm not opposed to learning the forex neither.
I feel you, bro. Like the forex and stocks, like I just feel like now's the time where like, yo, we the generation who grew up with like these in our pockets, bro. Like since I can remember, and like there's people out here getting cake off their phones. Like
Hey.
so to me, like hey, and like not everybody conscious neither. Like not everybody about something neither. Like some people on bullshit and wow. So I'm like, what? Like if we could get it together and get some money, like I know we would spend it on the right things and building family and nationhood and building ourselves up. So I think it's important that when I get the knowledge, share all the things I know about crypto, about forex, about stock options, about anything tech. If somebody got an app idea and that's profitable, and let's link all of that, because I feel like if not now, then when? Like I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like if anything, getting in the van has taught me is like, bro, just do it now. Like there's no tomorrow isn't really like a promised thing, and you probably gonna forget. So just do it now.
Yeah, that's my thing right there. Just do it now, man. You definitely gonna forget, because then you're gonna come back like, damn, I could have did this shit like weeks ago. I thought about it. Definitely. That's amazing, man. Yeah, we definitely got to diversify. I'm trying to think if there's something else I wanted. Oh, you said something about your beats that you make, and that's something I'm interested in personally, because I want my videos to be a lot more interesting, man. Just getting on the mic is cool, and talking every so often, having these dialogues is cool, but I gotta have something better as far as like my production. So I like your man. Your sounds are amazing. I really dig. Yeah. So um, whatever it is, after we get off of this, shoot me the link, and I'm gonna select a few that I like to put on my videos.
Yeah, most definitely. In fact, like so like when we first started on YouTube, like I was like the only thing I could think to separate it is like music. Like she the expert video editor, so I like look when it comes to video editing, like I can code, but like I don't really know how that's supposed to be arranged. Like I can watch a movie and be like, yo, that's lit, but I don't get like what's happening in terms of like the cuts and all of that. That like to me the music though, like that's always been my thing. So bro, most definitely I'll shoot you whatever, bro. Like
I got a video editor and somebody that got music. That's like
you
literally
never
what
seen anything dope in the video. It's like her. The sound, I come in last and she's like, just make it sound nice. Talk to me and I'll be like, I got like 5 beats cooking. I'll put them in and I'll try to like be like, can you chop it up to the beat for me? Cause I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't really do that. But
Yeah, man, that's dope, man. That's exactly what I need. So then when it comes to money, I'm actually I feel like I'm in a better position to make it, because I'm literally stationed. I can go out here. If I gotta go make some Uber money real quick, I can go do that. So I would love to be able to go hustle up some bread and create that exchange with y'all, man. Even if I don't got it at the moment, I know how to go get it. So and I know that it might be a little bit harder. Y'all might have to have that fishing line out there for y'all product a little bit, a little bit more. So that way I know that this would be a good contribution, and it's definitely gonna help me out, because I'm like not even gonna do it if I got a video edit. That's another reason why I haven't done videos. It's just too much energy, and I don't have, what I'm saying, these type of connections where it's like, you gonna charge me 800 for the video? All right, bro. Like damn, like I can't do right. Like I'm not asking for that much, you know what I mean? So if we can work something out where it's like, it's not nothing crazy, then shit, we can really work something out. Like I would love to feed y'all and
most definitely.
promo y'all. Every video y'all got is good. You know what I'm saying? Everything y'all help me with is it's gonna be also agenda. You know.
Appreciate that. And I mean, it's mutual exchange because like we just started our like creative agency because I mean, people been coming to us like separately, like, oh, bro, like send me a beat or like, oh, like do a video or edit a photo. And we just like, yo, let's make a business. Like, let's for real just put it together and like we could do that from whatever. So, I mean, we did that and like we kind of like pivoted our content into like, we were showing people travel and like we gonna get back on that when we have like new travel. But lately we've just been fielding requests and showing people like kind of like, yo, you want to start a YouTube channel? Like, yo, we can help. Like, you want to start an online business, online store? Hey, I can do that. Like you want a logo? Hey, we got that. You want merch? Hey, bro, like say less.
Yeah,
We do that.
that's
So like
really what I need right there. That's what I need, man, for real. Because like
man,
that part is just that it's been holding me back for so long, and now it's just time. Like so, and it's interesting that I'm introducing y'all into my video, my introduction back into the game, and y'all have me. So yeah, if y'all don't have any more questions for me, we can keep it, semi short, and then kind of, keep plan for another time. We don't have to schedule it right now, but we definitely gonna check in. We're gonna do another one.
yeah.
I have a question for you.
Of course.
How has the transition to fatherhood, like however long it's been, how has that been like so far?
I love it. I love it because it's been easy because I'm at the crib reading books, doing dad shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do cool people things. I don't go nowhere. I sit right here in the room, and you know what I'm saying. I'm chilling, and we cook. I take my little man's out every now and then. He was born on the 5th, by the way, so he's only like a week and a half old.
Oh,
You
so he new.
Yeah, like he's brand new, man, brand new. But like I said, for whatever reason, I kind of have that dad instinct already. You know what I mean? Like I don't have many friends that we don't do much. Even if they do come over, we chill, smoke, and I talk about the books I got. Like that's that's what I do. So like for me, it's been. I feel like the transition started even back when I was talking about Dr. Sebi and everything. I've letting go so much of the old ways and everything. So now I'm enjoying that, finally.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good question. Mhm.
Yeah, so this is like kind of like on like a dad question, but like, bro, like, what do new babies eat? Like for, because like basically, I'm trying to get ready for that whole thing in like the next year, 2 years, like scale out the money, right, get property, all of that.
Yep.
But like, we don't have too many examples of vegan black dads. You feel me? Like that's like a whole thing, and we
Right.
want healthy babies. Like so,
Yeah.
like
And
like what do they eat, bro?
oh man, the story and my story is pretty unique too because I haven't even really put it out there yet. Y'all gonna be the first ones to hear it. Is he was born right here in the bathtub. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we didn't plan on that. We had the whole like we was gonna have a water birth and stuff like that, and we was gonna go to the midwives in Fallbrook, and and do it like that and have them help us and everything. But no, I'm on the phone like, what do I do next? The mucus plug. This shit came out. It's disgusting. It's on my fingers. It's water. Oh, the water broke. This shit like it shit happened so fast. Like I'm gonna have to do a whole new video on it, but it's so interesting and I learned so much from doing that because I didn't know things happen like after the placenta comes out the baby doesn't even eat for like 5 days if you don't snap the cord. So like they breastfeed but there's nothing coming out, you're actually just kind of priming the breast, don't even it's in there but it takes like a couple of days to really start it. So when you snip the placenta you disrupt that feeding that the placenta gives the baby. So like there that 5 days, he over here fasting and but he's still getting fed. And
And
for a baby that has that placenta snapped, he's gonna be fasting for a while and then what I'm saying, he's not gonna be getting fed. He's gonna be uncomfortable and he's really gonna be fasting. Not fasting with he's gonna be like he's not gonna get nothing because his mom's milk hasn't came in. And then that's when they hit you with the your milk is kind of low and you gotta get the Similac and you see how it works? Yeah, exactly. So what we feed him is just all breast milk, and there's actually studies where there's damn near grown ass kids 4 years old, man, on nothing but breast milk, and they're completely fine. In Africa, I was actually studying how long you can feed your child, and they got kids on just breast milk for till they're 4 years old. Like, like,
yo,
come on now, man. Like, that's amazing, bro. That is straight amazing. So, like, I'm just trying to get her to feed him as much as she can possibly feed him for as long as she can feed him until she gets tired of it. But other than that, man, it's gonna be puree, fruits, and the thing with children is they're not gonna want anything unless one, they see you eating it, or two, you've pretty much programmed to eat it over and over again. you can go to any culture, everybody eats weird shit all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because that's their culture. If you feed your kid nothing but raw fruits and vegetables for an extended amount of time,
That's gonna be
he's gonna be that's gonna be his foundation. You know what I'm saying? They say when you if you give a person a child for the first 7 years of life, you know what I'm saying, you've created that man. So like that when you feeding them that child and you see the colorful vegetables and you go, it's he's gonna remember that instead of potatoes, fried eggs, and shit that we remember. So like he's gonna always go home to that. So our plan is basically just to keep it raw and keep it fresh as possible. And you'll see it even in the behavior of the child. Children that eat raw foods, they don't put things in their mouth as much. It's somebody that is a child that eats cooked food. So like
mm,
so to answer your question without getting too like, knowledge and information based, we just gonna it's gonna keep it, whatever he has a kind of like he reaches his hands out to, whatever colors he's interested in. If it's orange juice, it's probably gonna be orange juice and nothing but that until, we diversify or he asks for something else or, something like that.
bad, bad. I mean, I appreciate that, bro. And like, that's definitely like a longer term conversation that I'm open to
Yeah.
have. Like, like, I'm trying to build a network of like, like that's think the same. And like, I ain't even a dad yet. I'm just like reaching out because I'm like, I know that I'm gonna need that because like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
no,
different.
we really blind, man. We really blind in that sense. Cause talk about our dad's not showing us how to fix a sink. He
You know,
really ain't show us nothing about nothing
yeah,
about that,
be
right?
naked in the kitchen and
Right.
like, man, like what I'm saying,
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, man, and that's what we doing here, and I'm gonna show y'all the way, and I know y'all gonna want kids and everything, and we gonna create the fam, man. It's already here, so and you already that many steps ahead, cause like that really showed my family, man, that like what I'm doing is valid. Like my confidence shit went straight through the roof because it's like he came out healthy. She shot him right out. Like it wasn't like she was in labor for like three hours technically, in like real live labor for 3 hours. When he came out, it was like it wasn't like she was sitting there like struggling to get him out. It was like everything healthy flow. She was strong and healthy. I didn't even see that much blood come out. You know what I'm saying? She got up, took a shower after the placenta came out. She was in the shower. We are all playing with the baby. It's like, man, I'm telling you, like it's just a confidence booster, and I know that we can do better than anything that we've been told that we had to do before. And I'm strongly confident in the herbals. Like I wasn't sure. You don't really know until he gets here. Now I'm completely confident in the herbals, like the iron levels. We've tested them when it was going up, and we know what herbs are really giving her iron because when the midwife says your iron is low, and we were like, okay, let's stop bullshitting, and we took more iron. Now your iron is through the roof. So it's like, you learn these things as you go if you go for it. And now I'm real confident in really helping you in your in your unborn children. Now I feel real
um,
confident in being able to really assist you in that shit now.
telling you, man, and like again, like the financial support gonna be there because that's the most important thing for me. Like, why am I even getting all this bread and cake? It's not for me to like lace myself up. It's so that like little baby can have the best avocados, the best whatever. So like I feel that, and like to me, it feels good to know that someone's out there doing it, and then to be like, yo, I'm gonna be able to also like support and play my part in
Yeah,
being able to help him help somebody else. So
yeah.
like, yeah, bro, like that's definitely love. You know what I'm saying?
100, man, 100. Well, we can end it there, and I'm so glad y'all requested me on Instagram because that's what actually got this started. So I don't know which one of y'all shot that out, but I appreciate you, and it was perfect, perfect. So, all right, I'll keep in touch with y'all. Much love, and y'all have a great day.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, too.
All right.